right, looks like we are live on YouTube for the first time in a long time. So, we'll see if anyone joins. What I'm working on is a website, BellevilleRunningClub.com, and I'm just doing a little bit of coding. Let's see. Concurrent viewers. So I could see viewers. See if anyone joins. All right. Josh is here. Josh, you are my first YouTube live participant. I was wondering who it would be. Doing some React. BellevilleRunningClub.com. And that's funny. It's just me in my classroom, and I figured I'd stream on YouTube. This is just the website I'm working on, and it is built in Mern, so I've got both Express and React all going here, and it's deployed on G-Cloud, and this is the current, not much there, but just something I'm working on. And I'm not even going to do a whole lot today. I'm just going to do a couple of getting some content on the page. We got a second viewer. How can I tell who my viewers are? That I don't know. This is all new to me. 3 concurrent viewers. Oh boy, I better do something. npm run build auto. Get it running locally here. This is on localhost. Got to fix this nav bar. This is just something that I worked on a little bit last week, and I realized that it was better for just like a live thing as opposed to, this is a lot of troubleshooting. All right, so back here, there's a call to action. Howdy.
Howdy.
I'm streaming on YouTube. You want to come join my YouTube stream? Look, I've got 2 concurrent viewers.
Wow.
Yeah, I've never streamed on YouTube, so I'm just figuring it out.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that.
I guess. How you been?
I'm good. Just out doing nature hikes.
Yeah.
Seeing what's happening today.
Pretty quiet.
Yeah.
Pretty quiet.
Good. We like quiet.
Yep. Have a good one.
You too. See you later.
All right. So just brought back in a section here. Let me refresh. No. Okay. So I just brought in this section that was, again, just pretty much off a template. So what I'm probably going to do is move this content into this lower section since it's not as important. And then in here, in this section, I'm going to put our weekly group runs. So let's just see. This is in a feature item. So if I go to feature item component, and this is a call to action. So I would start by making a component for call to action. So just do that. And then I'll bring that in. Okay, so we got call to action showing up. So I just don't know if I take the content out, really important content starts with that header, couch to 5K training. And what we're calling it here is just kind of what the template used to have called, which was a feature item. It really starts right here. And here's my row. So I wonder, here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take everything in that row. I'm going to copy and paste it into that other section. Take everything in that row, copy, paste it in my call to action. And that's going to help me move that content down. I just want to see what it looks like. Now, got it twice. Okay, so here's a class name, CTA content. So that div call to action contents, getting the styling. So after the row, we got a div. Howdy.
5 1/4 floppies. How much memory do those hold? Oh my gosh, he's got to Google it too. You're too young.
Can't help you there. Can't help you.
Oh my god.
Ha ha. Hi, Sam. Trying new things, guys. So, call to action content inside of a container, inside of a row. Here's what I'll do. I'll just cut this. Paste that in my call to action. And then I'll refactor. Okay. There's that. Save that. It's not in there twice. Okay, so now we got the correct. You know, maybe if I knew what made a live stream good, I don't watch any live streams. So I'm just coding and troubleshooting, and I don't know how intriguing that's going to be. But all I'm doing is moving this content down into this section so that I could put something else up in this section. And then we can start getting these links scrolling to the right sections. So I'm just coding a website, that's all. All right. So now let's take our feature item. So this is all in the top div. Okay, underneath that, hey John, glad that helped. That's my most popular video. You know what's funny about that video is if you look at the date, I think that's from about 2011. And so in 2011, I had the idea of making YouTube videos for my students. And yeah, I did that just a little bit until COVID hit. I pretty much stopped until COVID. And then I brought it back during COVID, and students loved it. And so now I just record everything because it's not hard nowadays to do that. So anyways, glad you found it helpful. Okay, all I really need is another row with 3 columns, and then we're going to move that content over. So it is in feature item. call large 4, call large 4, call large 4. So it's going to take all of those out of feature item. Make sure everything's closed up. And paste underneath. See what that looks like. Okay, getting there. Styling's a little off. So because we're moving sections, that would make sense. I miss your class. You guys are a good class. I missed your class. Okay. So these div class call large 4s, they don't have any styling anymore. So let's at least give them, we're inside of the ID call to action. So just put everything inside of call to action. White font color. So if I go to line 717 in my CSS file, let's see, public CSS. Okay, let's do save that. Okay, so the paragraph is winning out over the ID. Color of white is being applied, but not on my paragraph. Here, so let's add call to action, paragraph, color white. There we go. As well as our H4. So I'll go back here and do the same thing, comma, call to Action H4 as well. Okay. Hacking it together. Now, this is the Belleville Running Club, so I also want this to say running is easier in a club of runners in Belleville, Illinois. So that's a little bit easier. So if I go back here, a club of runners. Josh and Sam, I know, okay, my front end decided to go down, so I know when you guys were in class and we did this React stuff, we weren't working with Google Cloud. And so that is one thing that's definitely newer. There's a lot that's newer when I teach this class now, but we deploy to Google Cloud. And so I will redeploy to Google Cloud. And again, it is, you know, this is live and out there. And so it's got a custom name and whatnot. So it's kind of cool to see that last piece tied in, because I know that's something that we used to use Heroku, and Heroku went down around Thanksgiving a couple years ago. If you guys remember all that. Yeah, good question. Firebase. So Firebase is an app development platform that helps you build and grow apps, backend by Google. And so, yeah, Google Cloud, it's cloud.google.com, and it hosts your apps here. So it's accelerate app development with fully managed backend infrastructure. Yeah, I'll show you how we use Google Cloud. Once I make maybe just a couple more changes here. So I got a club of runners, and then so I just deploy from the terminal. There's a deployment script that you run. It makes it pretty easy. Okay, so let's go back to localhost. And this is the current state. We just moved these rows. And again, I'm not in love with the alignment here. I think that these should be changed, but I'm just kind of hacking this together right now and getting more information on the site is kind of my goal. And so in this section, call it my features section, I'm going to put, let's see, we got a row, call large 6. Josh says, from ChatGPT, were you comparing Firebase to G-Cloud on ChatGPT? I'm not sure if you were trying to paste that into chat, but let's see. Okay, so that's not what I want. I wonder if I just do a couple of columns here, how that's going to work if I say column 1 and column 2, because that's a nested columns. Seems like Google Cloud is the better option, but Firebase is easier to use. Cool. Yeah, G-Cloud, I've deployed a couple of different ways on G-Cloud. There's something called Cloud Run, and then there's something called Cloud Deploy. And it's like, man, I understand the confusion there. It's like even the differences between those two things. I'm not so familiar. I just have class or class name there. I did have class name. So my let's do a little flex box here since this isn't playing nice. Get a little flex box going. There we go. Okay, so Thursday evenings at 6. Too big. This is totally making that up. So Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. close these in the proper order. See what that looks like. Let's see. There's a share a link, and so this is the location. There we go. So if I share that, embed a map, I'm going to try this. Small, copy that. I'm going to paste in that iframe right there. With a capital P. Clear out this. Disable caching. Okay, and I've seen this before. The full message, let's see. The style, right. So it wants some inline style here. And style border of 0, if you take that out. Let's refresh. There we go. That's cool. And then we'll maybe I like that, maybe I don't. kind of it's weird because it's basically the same spot for both. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna take that iframe. And put it right under my H1. See what that looks like. We meet twice per week on Thursday evenings and Saturday mornings. Thursday evenings at 6 p.m. Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. Don't need quite all that white space up top here. Let's see why there's so much extra space. So this section heading adds a whole lot of margin. Ooh, that's why. I'm gonna leave that there because that okay, this is basically where I wanted to get it to go today. Just another little bit of content on the page, just slowly building this out. I might take this section heading down just a little bit, maybe to 100. Maybe even less. Maybe to 50. Yeah, Josh. And so there is. And so API user list. So yeah, so basically the reason I'm building this on MERN is because like everything else, I want like the running club wants a point system, so you can do things to earn points, and then at the end of the year, you know, you can get like running shoes if you participate. And so yes, there is a backend API and it's all Mongo, et cetera, and like, yeah, there's going to be like a user registration system and a point system for doing different things for the running club. So yeah, otherwise it's just it would just be a static site. So last thing I'm going to do here is chop off this margin top BRC, chop that down into a third. BRC CSS line 147. Yeah, but I'm just focusing on the front end right now because there's no content on the site. So let me scroll up to 147. I think that's what it said it was. And I'm just going to change that down to 50 pixels. There we go. Not so much white space there. I kind of want some of this color here, this orange. So let me inspect. I thought it was an emphasized text that did that. It is main banner caption H2EM. So there's a color. I kind of want some of that down here. This color right here. So I'll change that heading. Oh, one more thing. I want to fix that scroll bar to scroll to that section. Because there's call to action. And there's scroll to section. Let's see, where's my nav bar? It's in header. Header. Okay, this is weekly group runs. And this goes to features, whereas this one should go to call to action. So in my header, this anchor tag goes to features. This one is couch to 5K training. Okay, I got sidetracked here, but now it says weekly group runs and it takes me here. Couch to 5K training and it takes me here. So get that little scrolling effect and just bring in that color. Copy. So let's inspect. Basically nothing being applied. So this may be the H1 inside of features, pound features H1. Okay, pound features H1. Ooh, you're not happy with something. It's not happy with my video, but I didn't change anything with my video. Okay. Let's refresh. There's weekly group runs. As well as these are the H4s. So if I go back to my CSS, comma, pound features H4 as well, save that. Save. Going to inspect. A lot of extra space here that could be minimized. That's not the problem. Okay. So section heading. I don't mind the stuff at the top. 50 pixels, we already changed that, but 80 pixels on the bottom doesn't seem to be doing a lot for me. So I'm going to take that off. Line 147. Margin bottom. Take that off. Okay, now I'm just ready to redeploy. I think I just added a few things. If we refresh, far from perfect, but we're just getting some basics down. Okay, so that is fine. I guess one last thing I could do, so it's got this highlighting because it's like the last link, and so here's a nav link, and I'm getting some background style because it's the last child. Could take that off, I guess, but not all that necessary. All right, last thing I want to do, let's close it and redeploy. So what I do here is I stop the front end from running, stop the back end from running, and run a gcloud command. So gcloud run deploy brc-service. And so this deploys the back end to gcloud and the front end. And it takes like 5 minutes. So I hit enter. And then hit enter again for this being like the root of the source code. Then you got to choose your location, which is US Central 32. And then you sit here and you wait 5 minutes. And I'll check my cell phone while that happens. Oh yeah, definitely, Josh, and that's something I need to look into a little bit more. But yeah, just whenever you push to GitHub, that it CI/CD, I think that's called, that it would automatically redeploy. That is absolutely possible. In fact, if I go to gcloud I've seen that in here as I've looked around. I haven't done it before, but it's definitely possible. Might be under Cloud Run. Let me go to Cloud Run and BRC service. Here it is, Josh. Set up continuous deployment. And there it is right there. GitHub repository. I just haven't done it. But there it is. Okay, and we get the done, and then here's the URL. Okay, so this is not BellevilleRunningClub.com, but this is the G-Cloud URL, which basically is a redirect. So if I go to BellevilleRunningClub.com, and I'm always cached, which is funny because I just got this pink background. But if I go here to disable the cache, there we go. New updates are pushed and they are live. All right, man. Thanks for hanging out. Josh, you hung out with me the whole time. I appreciate it, man. Very cool. One issue we have at my current job is keeping the repos up to date with the release. Yes. Yeah, I think I need to build that in going forward, just from like day one. From day one, I should have CI/CD. But that's the end of that. Thanks for hanging out, man. Yep, later. Take care. I'll probably do this every once in a while. I have no idea. We'll see how long it goes. Take care. See you. Bye.